Hello, Sarah from the Bureau here with a severe weather update on the potential record-breaking heat that's building across southeastern parts of the country with widespread severe heatwave conditions that are expected to persist well into next week. But for today, hot and dry conditions are combining with gusty winds to elevate fire dangers, reaching catastrophic across parts of southern South Australia. But we'll start off by taking a look at the maximum temperatures for today, where I've overlaid a colour showing where we're forecasting 40 degrees or above. So we can see that heat extends all the way from WA through the interior down into the southeast, with the peak of the heat in the mid-40s through these orange and pink areas. Today we're forecasting a maximum of 43 degrees for Adelaide, 40 degrees for Melbourne, and even a warm one down in Hobart with 29 degrees. Now I just want you to notice this dashed blue line here. Now this is significant because it is a trough or a wind change with gusty northwesterly winds ahead of it, shifting cooler southwesterly behind it. And it's this trough and associated winds that's combining with the extreme temperatures to elevate the fire dangers. So today, extreme fire danger is expected throughout South Australia and Western Victoria, but peaking through the Eastern Eyre Peninsula and the Yorke Peninsula of South Australia at the catastrophic fire danger level. Now, anywhere within these areas, if a fire does get ignited, it's likely that it will be impossible to control or contain. Now, as we move into tomorrow, much milder conditions about the exposed coast of Victoria, a top of 24 degrees for Melbourne. However, that heat really lingering north of the Divide of Victoria and extending into South Australia. Now, the gusty winds associated with the trough will move into northeastern parts of Victoria, elevating the fire dangers there, reaching extreme, which is significant as there continues to be a number of ongoing fires, and communities within this area are advised to make sure they stay up to date with the latest information from their local emergency services. The fire dangers are also reaching extreme level about elevated parts of southeastern New South Wales as well. But as we move into Monday, Australia Day, the peak heat will occur across southeastern parts of South Australia with a maximum temperature of 45 degrees for Adelaide, while those gusty winds with the trough will move into the central ranges of New South Wales, elevating the fire dangers, reaching extreme with fire weather warnings likely to be issued. Now it's on Tuesday that the heat again still lingering across the area in the mid-40s. In fact, a number of records may be broken across northern Victoria and western New South Wales and as well eastern parts of South Australia. Melbourne, we're forecasting a maximum of 43 degrees, but significantly we have another trough moving through. So some gusty winds will elevate fire dangers across the region. At this stage, our fire danger ratings will reach extreme across southern parts of South Australia and western parts of Victoria, but this is an evolving weather situation and these fire danger ratings will be assessed each day. Now, heatwave warnings are current across multiple states at the moment with a broad area of severe to locally extreme heatwave conditions expected. Now, as we move through towards the end of the week, they're expected to continue and there's a number of community impacts that can result, including, of course, the increased risk of bushfire in a dry landscape. As well, there's a risk to health and decision making with regards to those minimum temperatures staying very high and not allowing the body to recover from the heat of the day. As well, we can have stress on power and infrastructure. So with so much going on in the weather at the moment, if you live across southeastern parts of the country, now's a good time to stay up to date with our forecasts and warnings via the Bureau's app, social media and website. And as always, listen to all advice from your local emergency services. Bye for now.